Hello guys, welcome. Just wanted to say, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and like the video. I'm wanting to keep the hype train rolling for Splatoon 3 till next year, and I'm also going to be doing my best to keep you guys up to date with all upcoming news of it. Also, follow me on Twitch and come talk to us on Discord, where we can continue to have more discussions about Splatoon 3. All the links are in the description below, and with that, enjoy the video. Right, the Splatoon 3 trailer. 1.4 million people watched this live, by the way. Let that sink in. That's a lot of damn people. That's 2.8 million eyes. 2.8 million eyes. Can you believe it? That's crazy. Except for the people who are blind. Then they didn't see it, obviously. But either way. Right. The Splatoon 3 trailer. It was sick. I was out of this world. You've probably seen my reaction. It was crazy. There's so much to talk about it, but there's also so little that they showed. We'll let it play first, and then we'll go back and then look at it thoroughly, or more thoroughly, okay? If that's okay with you guys. And then what I'll do is I'll talk to the chat. You guys can ask me some questions of what you think and all that type of stuff too, so if that's all good, right? Everyone in this chat, you probably watched this at least 50 times, including myself. But we're gonna watch it again, all right? Here's for number 51. At this point, I didn't even think this was the game. And then I saw the hood, I saw the hair, the little twirl. And that changed everything, man. That changed absolutely everything. I was freaking out. Oh my god. I just love everything about this. I think yesterday I said that wasn't the Eiffel Tower. That is. This is like based in France. The Eiffel Tower got smashed, guys. France is no more. France is no longer existent. It doesn't exist anymore, dude, unfortunately. In the apocalypse, this is what happened. France is dead. Crab rave. There's a lot more to see. There's a lot more to actually pick up. I'm actually going to try to do the frame by frame thing, if that's okay. All of this is just beautiful, man. All of this is just so beautiful. You got the remix soundtrack for Splatoon 1 when you start the game up. And it hits you with the Splatoon 3 trade. Well, the Splatoon 3 logo. Oh my god. I just love absolutely everything about this trailer, dude. The new Splattershot design. The new sort of, I guess the new Hydra design. I don't know if that's like a different Hydra or it's just a new one. And that is coming until 2022, guys. 2022. Now that's crazy, right? When do you guys think the time of release is gonna be? Give me you guys' thoughts before we go into like frames. March, summer, May. I'll be 100% with you guys. So my opinion's kind of changed, honestly. My opinion's kind of changed. I felt like it was gonna come out in around June, July, May, somewhere around that point. But I'm starting to think potentially March. You know, I'm thinking a little bit more March now these days. Well, now I can't really say these days. These hours. So I think March these hours. I'll tell you why. It's mainly the timing of where this direct and this announcements come out. If they were to actually release Splatoon 3, August, somewhere around that time, wouldn't you think that they would like talk about it during E3 time? But the thing is, they're talking about it now. So maybe next year, maybe sooner. They're talking about it now. Wouldn't you think they would actually like release in March? Like springtime? I don't know. They may change it up. A lot of people thought, oh, you know, Nintendo would probably gonna release Splatoon 3 on a completely new console. As you can see, it's not the case. I mean, personally, I felt like they still would do on the Switch because the Switch is gonna have a much longer lifespan, and they're gonna lose a lot of Splatoon fans if they don't make a game now. That's what I'm thinking. So that's why I just didn't believe that was gonna be the case if it was to take that long. But this is perfect time, honestly. 2021, 2022. That's you know, I felt like it was necessary. And plus, also other theory as well. When Wii era was a thing, there was a Mario Galaxy and a Mario Galaxy 2 both on the same console, and there were two big games too. So you don't really know. Either way. Slap in the knees. Okay, so we've seen the trailer. That's cool and all. But what is in the trailer? I guess the thing that we can talk about is just where this is set. Obviously, it's post-apocalyptic, which is very interesting. Seeing from like some other people's like, I guess, analysis and stuff, I think Vion and GG made a really, really good point that there's like a lack of water everywhere. It kind of makes me think, you know, we're in the desert. This is probably where the salmonids used to like roam around, and all the water is like drenched out. If you know what I mean. The place where they lived is basically like drained. Oh yeah, by the way, I didn't say this in the before. You can pick 2 different kinds of Octoling and 2 different kinds of Inkling. They aren't gender specific. It does not seem that way. But it just seems like they are 2 different kinds, so shoutouts to Nintendo for that. It's just body type. Probably body type. But yeah, this is set in a post-apocalyptic timeline. Moving on, little buddy. He has several hairstyles that we can also pick. That's cool. Hero bow. That's the hero bow. Little buddy's confused. There's no other real hints of anything if we move on. We go on a train, obviously, so train traveling is something. There's not really much we can take from single player. Other than the story is going to be a little bit more deep. And there's basically a problem. And you and the Inkling and your little buddy is trying to figure it out. They better let us skip the news. That's what I'm saying. I agree with that. Try to restore the water, yeah. I guess that's what's going to be the thing that we're going to have to do. But yeah, that's basically as much as we got out of the single player from what we can take. There isn't really much, but moving on, this whole part is basically multiplayer, so looking at this part here, I don't know if that's like Krusty Sean's place, or the guy with the guy with the crusty, yeah, the guy with the drink. I think that's what that is. It's an apartment place. Like, this is literally in the middle of Japan. This looks like a shop, some sort of shop, marketplace, trading area, trading gear. That actually could be what it is, you know, like a trading gear place or something to do with money. Something to do with money here. So some sort of shop. Who knows? We got a shop here as well. I'm not too sure what this shop is. This is just scenery. There's something in the back here. It's blurred out, but it seems like you can walk up here. The place where you battle, of course. You walk into this area and you battle with people. Multiplayer area, so of course. Looking onwards, it does not seem like there's anything else. I think you see down here, I mean, the YouTube line's kind of in the way, but like down here, it's like, I think this is where you go down into the metro, maybe? So this is probably where the story mode is. Yeah, the metro, I think so. It's moving on, and then Splatoon 3. That's all we get for the plaza. I mean, you have to really dig deep to try to find these things. But there isn't really much there, to be very honest. There really is not much. Yeah, so these coffee maker things, these are the spawn points. We talked about this already. This is probably how you spawn in. Whenever you die, you probably spawn on one of these and then you launch yourself in. But I guess what would happen is that if you jump back to spawn, you land in this area. So you probably wouldn't land back into the sky because that's kind of broken. But like, if you're already on the map and you jump back to spawn like we normally do, you probably just land here, you know? And then if you die, then you spawn back in the sky. So, already talked about that, that's cool.
Hey guys, this is Post Preview Dude. Upon further inspection, it seems that if you do jump back, you might actually be spawning in the sky. The picture quality of this is very unclear, and I can't really confirm it, but I'm just going to show it to you. As you see, there is an Inkling practically spawning in the sky during battle, or jumping back into the sky. It's kind of unclear, I'm not going to lie. That's why I'm not completely confirming it, but this is also a possibility that could be happening. Anyways, back to the discussion.
Now, there was something on Twitter about this, by the way. There was 2 blasters, and this was one of them. This was like the curled blaster, and there was another one next to it. The thick blaster, this is the range blaster. This is just the range blaster. I thought it was like a different kind of blaster. It's just the range blaster. It just has like a completely different look, and it's not as extended as it normally was, you know? So it's basically, it's the same weapon, but it's just reskinned. It's just like how like the Elite 4K is now blue. So, thick blaster, yes. I think it's because like, I guess people mistook some blasters for being the range or the close range blaster, whatever. So maybe they changed it more dramatically so that people would know the difference. So you can check that post on either Nintendo America or Twitter as well. So interesting to see. Downward roller, Elite at 4K, if it 5K maybe, who knows? It's different. The nozzle's a little bit shorter, so who knows what that's gonna be. The bow and arrow, yeah, that's a thing too. So yeah, moving on to the right, we have a blue sloshing machine, new designed splatter shot, new designed Hydra splatling, new designed 96 cal. So these weapons are just all newly designed, which is really cool. They're just all looking different. The Hydra splatling looks a little bit smaller too, which is, you know, that's something. But it's all looking real good, dude. All looking real good. Baby Hydra. I don't know. I think it's still the same thing. It's just that it looks smaller because now it has this red thing on top of it. The original Hydra doesn't have that, but this one does. So I think it really is just a Hydra splatling, but it just, that red thing on it makes it look even smaller. So the bow, I didn't talk about the bow so much. This thing shoots three shots from lower, middle ground. Well, actually, no, they're all on the same level. It's probably gonna just be a mid-range weapon. Now, honestly, if I was to speculate how much damage this thing might do, it's probably gonna be like a 2-shot, in my opinion. I don't think this is like a 1-shot kill. I imagine that you'll be able to do this like bow thing where like you pull the bow, you shoot, you pull the bow, you shoot like several times. So I can see this being like a 2-shot kill, probably. You're gonna have to like pull it back every single time unless it's like done really fast. Nah, they don't even show us the animation of them pulling it back, so it's already pulled back when it's ready to go. Moving on, the squid jump. We've already talked about this. It's like a substrafe within midair. This squid jump thing, I already talked about in my today's video. You can do it with any single weapon, and you can use this on walls here. So this is why this blaster here actually gets this much range, or this much height. So that squid jump mechanic, you can use it off walls, and it basically boosts you into the sky, which is very interesting. Pay attention here, guys, because I was looking at this by myself. The Inkzooka is very strong. As you see this person shoot it right here. Very strong. From what I see, we need to look closely at this blaster. Because it does not seem like he takes any damage from these laser things, by the way. The Inkzooka comes in. The blaster takes 1 hit. And then he takes another from another. And then he gets splatted. So what I'm trying to say is that the Inkzooka in this game, like, it has 3 shots, obviously. 3 like shots going one after the other. But I believe each one of these shots are probably going to be 50 damage. Because the blaster dies as soon as the second one like gets really close. Gets really close. Alright? That's really interesting to actually, I guess, notice. That's the bow. Which is the bow? Where do you see the bow? Oh wait, are you saying that's the... Wait, the bow has the Inkzooka? Let's take a close look at that. So the Inkzooka guy. You're right. I think you're right, actually. Unless this man's covered himself. So basically, the bow is over here. There's a bow user here, and they get their Inkzooka out. That's interesting. So, okay, so the bow has Inkzooka, and the Inkzooka does 50 per hit. Really interesting to know. That's kind of cool, knowing that the bow has that. I mean, obviously, it's not final. I think we should, like, probably relax a little bit, maybe. Because they change these things all the time. They do change these things all the time. It would be cool to know that the bow has Inkzooka. But in a year's time, they might change that. They might have just shown that just for the trailer, you know? Keep in mind that these laser things do go through walls, which is good to know. So we know what our Stingray's killer whale weapon is. Yeah, we have not seen any sub-weapons yet. Not that we know of. There's a sloshing machine here. I was talking about this with Slim during the day. I don't know how much range the sloshing machine has, but he's throwing his thing like from here all the way down to here. Like, what is that range? Like, hold on, let me move my... Look at this range. Look at this range. Look at this. Look at the range that this sloshing machine has. Now, obviously, this just could be a hacked sloshing machine. It just could be hacked. Who knows, man? But that is long as hell. That sloshing machine goes so far. It could just be hacked. I don't know, but You know, that is crazy. Social machine. Basically hacked. Hack is already in Splatoon 3, beware. 96 still has pretty long range, good to know. What is this thing, dude? What do we think this thing is, guys? This crab thing. I think we should take a close look at, like, this, and this. On Twitter, they say it's a special. It's confirmed to be a special. Okay. So this is a special. It's like a sentry crab. Yeah, that's what, like, there's two options. This is basically where the trailer ends, so... I think the last thing we can only talk about is just basically this crab. This crab thing could possibly be this thing. This laser thing. But all I am hoping for, whatever this laser thing is, I'm just hoping that it's not like Stingray, alright? I'll take anything as long as it's not Stingray. Anything, completely. Just make sure it's not Stingray, dude. That is the only thing I hope for. I hate Stingray with a dying passion, dude. I hate that so much. And I'm pretty sure the devs hated it too. So they stopped giving weapons that particular special. Did they show the crab? Oh. Oh, wait. Okay. I actually didn't see this properly. Yeah, this is confirmed to be that Stingray thing. This crab thing is confirmed to be the Stingray thing. Alright, so we know of two specials already in this game. Now how this is gonna work, I'm not so sure. I'm just hoping that it's not annoying. I just hope it's manageable. This thing really tracks people, I think. Like, as long as it's automated. If it's automated tracking, I might be okay with that. If it's manually tracked, like allowing the player to track it themselves, I do not like that. But as long as it's automated, we're good. And I guess it is automated, actually, since it's a crab. I wonder how long it'll last for. By the way, yep, blaster, regular blaster, long blaster, just so you can see the difference. Long blaster, regular blaster's here, range blaster here. But yeah, dudes, honestly, that's it. We've gone pretty, I guess, really more in depth. Yeah, that's all I gotta really say. I guess we got some questions. We can I'll take some questions to see what you guys are thinking, how you guys are feeling. Do you reckon that subs are the same, or they are going to be all different? Well, the interesting thing is that they don't show any subs. That's actually this also really interesting. They don't show any sub-weapons. There probably are going to be sub-weapons. There are certain things that they don't show, like the Brella, Dually Scorcher. No, not Dually Scorchers, just Dualies in general. I think those like two weapon classes that we don't see. I mean, they could still be in the game, but we don't know. We don't know that yet. Because they were the newer weapons in Splatoon 2. Who knows if they will want to bring that back? They might actually bring them back in a different way. They probably will show it in the future too. Opinion on the ink bow? It looks cool. It looks cool. From how it looks, it didn't look like it's gonna paint so much, but it seems to be like a midline weapon that's gonna require a little bit of accuracy. That's probably gonna be a two-shot, and it has Inkzooka. So, do you think brothers will be back? Probably. Maybe different. Maybe probably even more nerfed, in my opinion. If they are back, they're probably not gonna bring them back and make them as strong as they used to be when they first came out. When they buffed them to a point where it's just like, oh my god, this thing is just unbearable. If they do decide to release like Umbrella and all that type of stuff, I guess that would be later on. And I'll tell you guys when they do, because, you know, I'm trying to cover as much as this as possible, so... do you think there will still be a game mode similar to Salmon Run? That's a very interesting question. That's actually a really interesting question. Will there be still... Concerning that there's gonna be it's literally we're saving the salmons and we're not killing them this time. What is it gonna be? Do you think there might be like a different kind of horde mode coming into Splatoon 3? That's a really interesting question. That kind of makes you think. Do you think spawn camping will be a thing? Knowing how you're spawning back in, I guess if you're dying, you're probably going to die and spawn back into the air. I think it's going to be less as apparent, I feel. Because you can't like trap the people into the spawn like you can in other maps. I feel like it's going to be a little bit different. If they decide to ever bring back Walleye Warehouse, and you can jump back in like now we are, I think that's probably going to be really good. How do you think they'll distribute weapon updates? Because Splatoon 2 did weapon a week, then changed like to 4 weapons a month. They probably do it the same way. Like, the thing is, they can do it the same way, and the thing is, if they do that, what's gonna happen? It's just like, it always brings some sort of hype. Like, whenever like a weapon's getting released, every single time there's talks about a weapon, everyone gets hyped for it. So, you know, I think they're smart enough to just, you know, if they have a formula, they might as well keep it instead of just having everything all in one place. And like, it always changes how the game plays when there's a new weapon or a couple new weapons coming into the game. So, you know, like maybe what they'll do is at least have one of every single main in. Who knows? But, you know, dualies might be out since dualies might be out since they were there to only represent Splatoon 2, while the bow might be there to represent Splatoon 3 with 3 shots. That's also very interesting. Yeah, it could be a thing where dualies just completely get removed, which I mean that might suck for some dualie mates, but yeah, that's actually something that could happen. You never know. Like I don't think it, like I feel like it might not, but you know, that does make sense if they did. What do you think happened to Judge? Will there be a third Judge? Is he even alive? He's a cat. Do you think the map system is gonna be the same, 2 maps every hour? Or every 2 hours? Not sure. Maybe a little different. They probably might keep it the same way because it's just how they do it. But honestly, I hope it's a thing where like they have, like, if we're talking about ranked or like quick play, you have at least 2 playlists of 2 different modes. So you could have like Splat Zones and Tower Control in one playlist and then Rainmaker and Clan Blitz in another. I would love it if it was like that. Like, just have 2 different rotations. Because there are some days where, hey, maybe I want to play Rainmaker. Or, hey, maybe I want to play Tower Control. At least they're always, like, switching around in each other. Maybe in, like, an hour difference or something. Like, or a 2-hour difference at least. That'll just allow it so, like, some people can at least play those modes instead of having to wait, like, an entire day. Because some people can only play at a certain point. And they might want to be able to play a certain mode too, so... And considering how many people watched this trailer, and probably are gonna get Splatoon 3 now, it's probably very, very likely for them to probably expand a little bit more on their playlists. So, do you think there will be all new maps, or will they only make the old maps to fit the new Chaos theme? Glad you brought that up. Sorry, we're gonna go back to Twitter real quick. They're possibly going to be bringing old maps from this post, courtesy of Oatmeal Dome on Twitter. Nintendo is hiring for a level designer that they will be responsible for the following tasks: adjusting stages, weapons, and game modes, renovating existing stages. Renovating existing stages, that's the big thing. There could be maps from either Splatoon 1 or Splatoon 2 making a return into Splatoon 3. Now... The thing is that what maps are those, alright? What are those existing maps? Because, God forbid, we don't get Moray again, or Camp Triggerfish. Bring back maps like Mahi Mahi Resort, or maps like Museum de Alfonso, or I keep saying Alfonso, de Alfonsino. If they brought that map back, oh my word. I would actually be so hyped if they decided to bring that map back. Maybe they'll bring maps back, but in the idea of Behind Chaos, they'll revamp those kinds of maps, but actually like theme it in the form of Chaos, you know, because of how Chaos won the Splatfest. I could see them doing that, like making like existing maps turned into a more chaotic themed Albacore Hotel without water. Yeah, honestly, yeah, really. It's really interesting when they, you know, when they say renovating as well, because it means that you're gonna have maps, but they're gonna completely change them in some sort of way. It's gonna be the same map, but they're gonna do something real different with it. And as we said in the start, like, you know, all the water's been like removed. I mean, even Skipper Pavilion or Snapper Canal, those maps are they're gonna be drained. I really hope they don't bring Moray Towers. They can really just not bring that map back, please. If anyone who works on Splatoon, just do not even have that idea as a map, dude, and no one likes it. Piranha Pit 2, they even could bring back Bluefin, yeah. That has a lot of water. I mean, a lot of maps have a lot of water, but yeah. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, they literally are going to probably change an entire map. Instead of it just being a port, because, you know, I'm pretty sure it's very, very easy just to kind of port a map from one game to another. Like, job description, they're not talking about that. They're talking about renovating it. So they're completely changing it in some ways. So, but yeah, either way, that's very, very interesting to know. Do you think there'll be new rank mode? I feel like they're gonna expand a little bit more on their playlists. I feel like they'll expand a little bit more on their playlists. I just feel like a lot more people are gonna probably buy this game. If we look at Splatoon 2 and like how many people had that game at the start. How many people had that game at the start? I mean, not that many people had a Switch. I mean, a lot of people had a Switch, but it was hard to get a Switch back then. And only like 10 million people have it now, which is a crazy number, and still this game's selling pretty well. But now almost like 100-something million people, or getting close to 100 million people have a Switch. Or some absurd number, I don't even know. 70 million, 80 million, I don't know. We're getting to 100 million probably. By that time, that many people will have a Switch. That people probably already know about Splatoon 2 or Splatoon 3. And they're probably going to be more inclined to even go for Splatoon 3, you know? Like, a lot more people are probably going to go get into Splatoon just because of the sheer amount of people who have a Switch. So people know, okay, new game, let's get it. It's just like how well Animal Crossing did, because so many people had a Switch. So many people are going to buy Animal Crossing because, of course, it's a good game. And so many people already have a Switch, so buying the game is just basically just, you know, a 1, 2, 3 task. It's gonna be crazy when Splatoon 3 comes out, because this is a huge title, man. I have a feeling this game's gonna sell extremely well. Especially how they're doing it. Especially if they keep the hype up, then this is gonna be sick. Dude, when do you think the new Switch will come out, though? Alright, that's an interesting question. So if we're looking at Splatoon 3, we kind of saw that, like, the graphics and stuff, they look a little bit more refined, a little bit more, you know, up there. I mean, you can even see it from, like, the single player stuff, too. Like, the game just looks different. It doesn't look like the same kind of, fidelity. I don't know how to really describe it. It looks like it's been improved in some way. If we're talking about like a new Switch and like the Switch Pro argument or the Super Switch argument, like of course in like the next 40-something years, there's gonna be a completely new different Nintendo console. But I have the feeling that, you know how they upgraded like the Nintendo DS to the new Nintendo DS? We're gonna probably get a Nintendo Switch that's a little bit more upgraded, and it's gonna be more fitting for Splatoon 3. Who knows? It could, whatever it is probably playing off that hardware that they're keeping to themselves right now. And I feel like we're gonna probably get an updated Switch either this year, or they're probably gonna sell it alongside Splatoon 3. They're not gonna tell us anything now about it now, mainly because one, the Monster Hunter console, and two, the limited edition Mario one. Those two consoles, Nintendo's gonna want to sell both of those. So telling us a Switch Pro is coming already, if they had done that, they aren't gonna sell so well on those two consoles, because everyone's gonna wait for the Switch Pro or the updated Super Switch, whatever it is. I have a feeling that we're probably gonna get one before this game comes out, or maybe alongside it. Especially with also Breath of the Wild 2. That's also a thing, so it kind of just makes sense if they were to do that and like up, you know, how the Switch is going. That's probably the best play to do. What do you think happened to Marina? She's dead. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know. I'll answer that. I mean, if we were to talk about like the last Smart Fest, she was kind of like she was talking about some kind of cryptic things. Honestly, let's actually look back on it. Actually, I took a recording of that. Actually, so I recorded this just in case. This is to do with the Stars versus Mushroom Splatfest, but it's to talk about what Marina was saying. Hurry up. Seriously though, Pearl, what would happen to us if you lost your touch? If she lost her touch? You've always had good. Appreciate that, Pearl. But what if I wasn't a super DJ anymore? What if I lose my shine? Negative thoughts. I think that's all she says, actually. That's basically so basically, like, Marina's kind of being kind of weird. She's talking about losing her touch, losing her shine, losing her... Yeah, it's like... It seems like foreshadowing in a way. we don't really know why she's saying that, but I feel like that is possibly going to play a part within the story. She could be behind something within the whole Splatoon 3 story, but she knows something, but we just don't know what it is. So, do you think the crab is a sub or special? The crab is a special weapon. It's a special weapon. It's that laser thing in that you'll see in the trailer. Also, that rocket mode, that 8-ball mode, that might make might show itself up in the playlists. You know, I'm hoping that 8-ball mode like completely removes Rainmaker. Just make that Rainmaker, because that will make it a thing where like you don't have this big powerful fish that destroys everyone. Like you have to always use your weapon to push the objective. That would be kind of cool if that 8-ball mode was the thing to replace Rainmaker. I'd be cool with that, actually. Splatoon pool. Wait, what is an 8-ball mode? In Splatoon 2, there was a mode that was found, like a random mode that was found, and it was never added into Splatoon 2. And it was like 8-ball, and it's basically the same as Rainmaker, except you push a ball onto the thing. And I'm just thinking that they probably did that. People hacked to try and find that out, but they probably did that. The devs probably did that just to like experiment. You know, experiment with different modes that they could do. You know, I would be totally fine with that. Am I looking forward to the story mode in Splatoon 3? Honestly, yeah, I am. I really am. Like, I think it's gonna be really cool. Like, it's definitely not just gonna be as simple as Splatoon 1 and 2's one. Like, this story mode definitely seems like there's definitely a lot more depth into it. Obviously, they haven't shown us much, but it's definitely going to be hitting more of the lore within Splatoon. Like, it's definitely going to be like how the Oxa expansion was like in Splatoon 2. Do you think there's transportation in Splatoon 3 in the story mode? Probably, yeah. Do you think there might be like a different hub? Like, obviously we got the, like, your square, but do you think there'll be like a completely different one where you can travel through train? I mean, I don't know why they would, but, you know, something to think about, I guess. If they wanted to make the place a little bit bigger. What do you think Little Buddy's purpose will be? He's just there to be your little buddy. He's just like Navi. You probably talk to. Or maybe you're just there to protect him. There's gotta be a different bad guy. And it's not the Octolings. There just has to be like a different bad guy that we don't know of. Alright guys, I'm gonna play the trailer one more time. Okay, 2 more times. I said 1, we'll probably do it 2. We'll do 2 more times. We'll do 2 more times. Do we ever find out much about Mr. Grizz? There's some lore about him. That's kind of cryptic. But I kind of feel like he's probably going to be the bad guy in Splatoon 3. Most likely. Whoever he is, we don't know. Do you think the announcement of Splatoon 3 is going to revitalize the competitive scene for this Splatoon 2 year? Probably. There's been a lot of people who tend to quit. I mean, everyone kind of quits and comes back to Splatoon 2. You don't really quit. People just say they quit just for some Twitter likes, and then they come back and then they act like nothing ever happened. Yeah, but they'll be back. They'll be back. Do you think comp in Splatoon 3 is going to be good? Probably. It's the same game, so as long as the core formula is there, yeah. Do you think the campaign could be more open worlds? It could be. They give us a glimpse of that, but we really don't know. It's gonna be kind of strange to see how it becomes open worlds, in my opinion. Do you think they will have mode-specific maps? It doesn't seem, from that post Oatmeal Dome put, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be mode-specific. Yeah, unfortunate for that. I don't think we're gonna get that. Do you think Ink Dodge replaces substrafing in the entire? No, I think substrafing is probably still gonna be in the game, but we're also gonna have that squid jump thing. Will we get casual queues for non-turf war modes? Yeah, I mean, I hope there is a quick play mode. I really do hope there is. It would be nice to see that there is, you know? You think DLC might get a mix of Inklings, Octolings, or across... probably something... DLC, we don't really know, but it's probably going to be something about Order, maybe. Just to fulfill people who wanted Order. We'll probably get like a DLC of that. I think there's so much more opportunity for DLC in this game, and I hope they continue it and prepare to like boost up and just have loads of DLC for this game, because they really can. So, all right, guys, the trailer is played twice. It went real fast. We've had a great conversation though. We've had a really great conversation, so clap, Pepe clap, Peepo clap, however you want to clap. Pats on the shoulders, whatever. Or hyper clap emote. You probably have the emote somewhere. Do we not know how to Peepo clap? I've not seen one. Okay, well, hyper clap. Yeah, hyper clap is there. There you go. We don't even have it? We do. We do. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, we don't have it. Oh, that's probably why. Okay, I have it on my own Discord, so that's why I'm probably so used to doing it so much. Hyperclap, yeah, that's better. We got some hyperclaps there. That's cool. Sorry, just debated. Sorry, I'll get that added someday, so we can all people clap together.